Hey guys, welcome back to Popverse. Today, we're diving deep into the intense and spooky episode 7 of The Haunted Palace. And trust me, you don't want to miss a single moment, because this episode was packed with hauntings, betrayal, and heartbreaking confessions. If you haven't seen the earlier episodes yet, check the links in the description before you dive into this one. So, episode 7 picks up right where we left off. The ghost Macdal has caught Yori and vomits all over her. Yes, you heard that right. Kangchul rushes in, kicks Macdal away, and manages to free her. The ghost, who had mixed with the water, disappears for now. Meanwhile, Pungsen is talking to Seven, assuring him, "I've hired Macdal for the job. He swore to me that he'll finish what he started. Just like he cursed Queen Park, Macdal will curse Yori too." Cut back to Yori. She's vomiting from what happened. Kangchul is beside her. He gently reassures her, but also admits something shocking. He couldn't fight Macdal because he, Kangchul, is an Amugi, a creature who can only live in clean water, while Macdal is a ghost of filthy water. Yori realizes her shoes are missing, and Kangchul sweetly offers her a piggyback ride. She hesitates, but eventually gives in, climbing on. As they walk, Kangchul tells her the path is long. You can sleep if you want. Yori almost drifts off, but quickly jumps off his back, confused by her own feelings. She accuses him. "Why are you acting like this? I waited for Yunnan for years. I liked him, but when you do this, it messes with my heart." Kangchul steps closer, asking, "Why does it affect you like that?" Yori, overwhelmed, tells him to keep distance. They need boundaries. Elsewhere, Li Sang and his men interrogate Queen Park's maids. They discovered a skull hidden under her pillow, and they're desperate to know who put it there. 3 names come up. One maid flashes back to Pungsen, ordering her to place the skull and bribing her with money, threatening to kill her if she ever tells. She's terrified and remains silent. Later, as she's being taken away, a soldier discreetly hands her a note. Alone in jail, she reads it. "Don't worry, it'll come save you. Eat this paper." She does, but tragically dies shortly after. News reaches the king. A maid has died after ingesting poison. Furious, he demands to know how poison got into the prison. Then, as they inspect the maid's belongings, they find expensive items she should know. The king orders an immediate investigation. Back at the palace, Kangchul receives a visit from his mother, Gu. She brings him soup and sweetly says, "If you finish it, I'll give you a candy. Yori told me you love those." They reminisce about Yunnan's childhood, and Kangchul finally drinks the soup. Kangchul meets his brother Bibi, who asks, "What's your plan now? How will you catch the ghost?" Kangchul admits he hasn't figured it out. Bibi says something chilling. "This palace is full of ghosts. I could eat them and become a dragon, but I've changed my mind. I won't leave you alone. We'll fight together." We jump to Queen Dowager confronting Pungsen. "Did you do something to Queen Park's child?" Pungsen defends himself. "You told me to take revenge." But she denies it. "I only said I wanted revenge. I never told you to do this." Then the king is handed an item found during library cleaning, Yunnan's pen. He clutches it, remembering how loyal Yunnan once was. Queen Dowager's maid reveals a suspicious detail. 2 weeks ago, a girl came here, courtesan. She makes glasses and kept visiting the king and queen. Something's fishy. Meanwhile, Yori speaks to Kim, explaining that Macdal is a ghost of dirty water. Kim refuses to help. She's terrified. Yori, reflecting, realizes she's come full circle, back to where it all began. She sees girls arguing with a young child, accusing her of stealing shoes. The child denies it. A court lady arrives and says, "When I was your age, people blamed me too, but my teacher said it was the ghost who stole them." Yori now suspects a ghost is behind it all. She watches the little girl and thinks, maybe this ghost knows who placed the talisman. Suddenly, she sees Bibi. Shocked, she wonders, why is he here? Pungsen arrives too and spots Bibi, recognizing he's an Amugi. Bibi nearly attacks the king's grandfather, but Yori jumps in, stopping him. She warns him not to hurt people. Bibi shouts, "Now no one can save you." But Kangchul appears just in time, declaring, "She's my student. Don't touch her." Later, Sa-ju hears troubling rumors. A ghost eats people over 60 years old. He remembers Yunnan once asked if he was 60. The king tries to visit someone, but a man stops him. He's sick. You can't meet him. The man is unaware he's talking to the king. Just then, Inson arrives and recognizes the king. She lets him in to meet Wanu, a former palace figure. The king pleads, 5 years ago you left the palace, but we need you now. Yunnan tried to convince you. Wanu refuses. If I help, it will all begin again. The king says it already has. As the king leaves, a ghost tries to attack him, but he's saved in time. It's a one-legged ghost. Creepy. Back at home, Yori stares at her bracelet and murmurs, "No matter what, Yunnan, I'll save you." She notices marks on her neck, symptoms of the curse. The shoeless little girl follows Yori's advice and sets a trap for the ghost. That night, an old ghost woman appears looking for her missing shoes. Yori confronts her, asking, "Why do you steal shoes?" The ghost wails, "I'm older than your grandmother. Let me go." But Yori presses her for information. Who placed the talisman near Life Deity's place? The ghost hesitates and says, "I don't know the name," but his fingers are black and his eyes are scary. Cut to 7 with blackened fingers, working with ashes. Yori tells everything to Kangchul, who connects the black fingers to someone working with ashes. That's got to be 7. Yun-sun asks Yori to add just Allison's glasses and casually asks, "Is Yunnan a dragon?" Before she can respond, Queen Dowager's maid arrives to summon her. Meanwhile, the queen is gravely ill with a high fever. The king demands Yori be brought in. But Queen Dowager has a different agenda. She pretends she needs new glasses. But Yori realizes her eyes are perfectly fine. She wonders, why did she really call me here? The king eventually arrives and questions his mother. "Are all these items yours? Did you give them to the maid?" Dowager deflects. "You think I harmed your wife?" He brushes it off and says he's taking Yori. As they leave, Yun-sun sees the symptoms on Yori's body, the same as Queen Park. Suddenly, Yori collapses. Kangchul rushes in, furious. "Macdal did this. I should have destroyed him." When Yori wakes up, she says urgently, "We must break the curse. We need to capture Macdal." Kangchul then makes a bold move. He tells the king, "We're going ghost hunting, but he'll need you." As bait, the king's guards are furious. Kangchul warns, if he doesn't come, he'll take his son instead. Lee Sang is stunned but agrees. Court, Lady reports to Pungsen, the girl who makes glasses, Yori. She's from that village. Pungsen looks shaken. Bibi confronts Kangchul, asking, "Why are you doing all this for her?" But Kangchul doesn't answer. With the king now on board, Kangchul instructs him to toss the cursed glasses. They mustn't attract the ghost. The king obeys. As they wait by the water, nothing happens. Kangchul asks Lee Sang, "Why risk your life for the queen?" Lee Sang confesses, "Because I love her." "But what about you? Why are you doing this for Yori?" Kangchul quietly replies, "She's my student." Morning comes. No sign of Macdal. The king steps forward, slashes his palm, and drops blood in the water, baiting the ghost. Macdal rises from the depths. And then, Yori comes running, screaming, "Kangchul, don't do it. It's a trap." But it's too late. Macdal grabs the king's leg and drags him underwater. And just like that, episode 7 ends on a terrifying cliffhanger. Don't miss episode 8, dropping tomorrow. Until then, hit that like button, subscribe to Popverse, and tell us in the comments. Do you think the king will survive Macdal's grip?